Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. That is a preview for the Watford game coming up. What are you thinking then?
Yeah, before we go on to the Watford game, just quickly discuss the Preston game. I think that for me, it wasn't a statement victory I'd hoped, but I'll tell you what, I was impressed with them because at the first half, I didn't think they played that particularly well. I thought the goals were wonder goals, both good creative efforts, and I always thought that we had that capability within us. However, I have to say, I'm not going to shirk away from it. Wasn't impressed with Madja at all.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's a good comment to make.
It was very disappointing.
It's an interesting comment to make there, actually. Guys, as always, put on the comment section down below what were your thoughts on the Preston game. But I think overall, while it was a great win, I think people are mixed on whether the first half was really good or not as good, because some people have told me, yes, first 15 minutes to 45, and some in the comment section down below, thanks so much for commenting, guys, the fact that the first half we were really good, but then I didn't think so. I thought maybe Preston would maybe edging it a little bit more, because I thought they did bring a lot of quality to the game.
Yeah, I do as well. And I'll tell you something else. I didn't see it at the time, but having watched it back, it was a stonewall penalty for me. For Preston,
Yes.
So we got out of jail.
Yes.
However, somebody did make a really good comment on the matchday vlog. Is about the fact that we should give Albion a bit more respect because they did beat Preston, who were far more higher up the table than we were. So I agree with that. I think from the Albion, though, delighted for Mason to get the 3 points. I just hope now that they can push on. It's quite obvious to me that the midfield is lacking something without a shadow of a doubt. And I also think they do look a bit vulnerable at times. But hey, you can't knock a home victory against Preston, who are above you in the table.
No, you can't, and I'm glad you said that, actually. Overall, the performance-wise, actually, before I go on, I'm glad you mentioned the Collier challenge. Did he get the ball at all? Because I don't think he did.
I don't think he did, no. I think he took the man before the ball. But listen, we've been on the wrong end of loads of decisions like that. So no, listen, a win's a win. I'll take anything I get. And I thought that they did dig deep. I thought that, as I said on the matchday vlog, I thought that Josh Griffiths was outstanding. I think he saved us. Then again, looking back on the highlights, Price scored within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. For once, I thought we actually created quite a number of chances where we could have realistically buried them. And I thought, don't get me wrong, the quality for the goals was really, really good. But in that first half, Dad, like I mentioned it to you, did you feel like we weren't in it? Do you feel like we were really into the game? Because I felt like, as you said at half time on the vlog, the fact that the goal kind of got us out of jail type of thing.
Yeah, it did. It overshadowed what for me was a poor first half. I thought we were literally starting off where we'd left off at Millwall. I thought we looked void of any energy. I thought any ideas. But I mean, look, listen, Mikey Johnson got us out of jail the first half, Price the second half. So listen, onwards and upwards, very pleased. As I said before, it wasn't an outstanding victory, but I'll take the victory every day of the week.
You will actually, and I think I'm glad you also mentioned about Josh Madja, because while the first half performance weren't too good, I felt like that might have been due to Josh Madja up top not always holding the ball up, and he looked a bit out of shape, out of depth.
Not right
I don't know what it was, yeah.
He looked really lethargic. I wouldn't say he wasn't interested, but he just was almost going through the motions. And what is absolutely crazy is in a weekend where you've had Thomas Asante scored a worldie, you've had Reece Cleary score a worldie. But you know what, it's football, and but coming back onto Watford, I think we've got a glorious opportunity to grab another 3 points on the road. Because I don't rate. I'm going to be honest, and it's no disrespect for Watford. I don't rate them.
Do you not?
No, and I think they look really vulnerable at the back. They look worse than us. So I'm going to lay my colours to the mast, right?
Already?
Yeah. Frankie, listen to this when you're ready.
Go on.
3-1 Albion.
3-1 Albion?
Away victory. And I'll tell you what, it'll be Johnson, Price in Grant.
Wow. I mean, to be honest, I stopped finishing about the Preston game. Which goal for you is better? Out of Mikey Johnson or out of Price?
I think Mikey Johnson slightly edged it.
Yeah.
It was a lot harder. It was right in the top corner. Yeah, but Price is curled it in the rock. But no, Mikey Johnson's, because against the run of play, and he had the confidence to do it. So no, how about you?
I think for me it's got to be Mikey Johnson. Again, that bit of quality that we need that first half, guys. I mean, put on the comment section down below whose goal was better. And I think I mentioned that as a whole team performance, the one man that we said in the vlog that was really good was Alex Mowat.
Yeah, I don't think you can take anything away from him. I thought that I've been highly critical of him at times, but I think that if you look closely, he does drive the team forward, and he gets everybody moving up the pitch, spraying some decent balls. He put in a good shift, and so I think I'm expecting more to come from him. And I thought that, again, I'm not going to I know we should be talking about the Watford game, but I'm not going to.
Well, no, we'll go
Listen,
Jonathan Preston game.
Junior,
Yeah.
I was disappointed with him.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he offers something. I think, don't get me wrong, he should have scored that header towards the end of the game. But he offers something on the pitch at this moment. And it was nice to see Grant come on, because I feel like that's where we're lacking in those wide attacking areas. But then again, would you start Hegbo up top against Watford?
I would drop Madger against Watford. I said it for the game against Preston. Right, if he's hungry, right, he ain't showing it. So let him stay on the bench. Because I think they're worried about him, either getting an injury or going in the transfer window. But then again, I might be completely wrong. And I'll tell you something else as well, Dan. Tell you something else as well.
Go on.
Lay off Campbell, George Campbell.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, actually.
Yes, everybody knows he's not a fullback, but he puts the shift in. Yes, he's a dominant centre half, but did he make a load of mistakes? Or a couple? Were we sloppy at the back? Yes, at times. But don't keep Campbell out.
No, I don't think we shouldn't. I think, again, he put a really good performances. And as he said, we know he's not a right back, but he's doing the job at the moment. And there's a reason why Gilchrist isn't starting. And maybe either Gilchrist isn't showing it in training, maybe George Campbell's really showing it in training. And that's the reason why he's starting. And I think in the team selection in general, I think Mason, I'll probably say, got it right against Preston.
Do you think Malumbi offered much on the day?
I don't think he did, but I felt like Mowat and Colley were so much of a better partnership than Malumbi and Colley, because I felt like Mowat brought a more not area presence, but presence to midfield in the game.
A dynamic midfield. He's got the football noose and he to spray the ball. I'll tell you what, when you took the words out of my mouth there, I thought Toby Colley was outstanding. Yeah.
It was a shame he went off. I'm hoping his injury isn't that bad. Is he injured for like wild guys? I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
but
I think he's having scans over the weekend and check it out Monday. But for me, no. And I think what's interesting is we're not going to just rely on one player. So we've got Mikey Johnson, we've got Isaac, Toby Collier, we've got literally Hilling Jr. and we've got Granty when he comes back. Because I haven't been Granty's biggest fan, but he does offer something up front. And I'd expect Grant to start at Watford.
Would you? Yeah. I mean, one man, of course, that's gone missing at the moment, you completely forgot about, is Jed. Would Jed come back into the team, or would you leave him back on the bench for a bit more energy?
I'd leave him back on the bench because of those games where the trouble is, and you hit the nail on the head during the game itself, it's all down to our expectation levels at times, and I think we have got to rein it in somewhat, in as much as it's difficult, I'm going to swear them, it's a difficult league, right? And I think that the very fact that we've got a new manager, we've got new ideas, we've got new players, it's ain't going to be easy. However, I think Albion probably avoided some confidence, but I'm going to expect us to kick on.
You reckon?
Do really well under
Yeah.
I'm not getting carried away and saying we're going to get in the playoffs, but what I'm saying is just be careful what you wish for. Right? Let's not pile too much pressure on Mason, because if you'd have said to me at the start of that Preston game that we're going to win and how we're going to win, I'd have accepted it. But lay off Campbell, lay off Ryan Mason. Yes, everybody's got their own opinions, but we've all wanted change. We've got it. Yeah, it's not fantastic, but again, look where we are at the table.
Yeah.
And we haven't even started firing all cylinders.
Well, I'm glad you said a bit of that, actually, because one player...
Come on, the Baggies.
Indeed, and I think Callum Stiles, he's come a bit of criticism. Not too sure whether he should start Charlie Taylor, but again, I thought he put a really good shift in the weekend as well.
He does the best he can. We can't dig out players continually. All right, if they have a real stinker like they all did against Millwall. But let's not forget, we've won by 2 glorious goals. Players are doing their best. Mason's shining through. And I can tell you now, Dan, the future is bright. But I stress, I ain't getting carried away just yet. At Watford, I expect us to show up, turn up, start that whistle, boom.
Definitely. And one question I would have for you and the viewers is, realistically, would you say that the performance against Preston North End, was that a good reaction to the game against Millwall?
No.
Would you not? What do you think, guys?
I was expecting more fight. I was expecting them to be on it right from the off, not losing any second balls and being really in the faces. I thought at times, the first half, it looked as if we were the away team. So I thought Preston were dominating us. And to answer your question, I'm sorry to butt in. No, I thought they lacked fight, desire, commitment, courage, ideas, confidence. But then it come back. But then again, as I say, they're a youngish team, and I suppose they're thinking, blimey, if we go 1-0 behind here at home crowd, they're going to get on their backs. So my answer would be no, but I stress I'm not being critical, just being honest.
Yeah, and I think that's what I like about that, being honest, you don't mind it. And then guys, what are your thoughts? My honest opinion would be that overall, we were a lot better than against Millwall. I thought we had a more authority, especially in that second half. I thought we thoroughly did deserve the win at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong, it was a bit shaky last 10 minutes, like it normally is, and we let a last
9
minute.
minutes though, mate.
Don't know where that come from. Don't know where that come from.
Somebody needs to get the watch checked out again, don't they?
I'm not too sure about the added time and whatnot. But overall, a bit of authority about us, and we did provide some in the game where you thought to yourself, okay, realistically, a bit more quality, and again, we could have been maybe 3 or 4-1 up at the end of the day, because I think in the second half, we had a couple of chances where we should have realistically put them away. But the only problem I have is we can't really start slow again. I felt like we started a bit slow, and that's why I said in the preview for the Preston game that we don't need to start slow, and that's what we did again, I felt like.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Just very quickly then, so did they start the way you expected to after the debacle at Millwall?
I wouldn't say they did, but I felt that they were a lot better. I could tell that they really worked on, in general, just making sure that they had more shots on goal, and I felt like going through the middle was worked on quite a lot, with a ball over the top and then going down the wings a bit more as well, a bit of supply play.
Yeah, I'd agree. The passage of play at times is brilliant. Again, 2 individual goals, but at least we've got that in our locker. He's a quick one for you. I've heard a little snippet. There's going to be a manager in the Championship who's already fighting for his job.
Who's that?
Let the viewers see if they can pick it out, and I'll give you a clue. It's not a million miles away from where we are.
Really?
Yeah. So as I say, you always know somebody who knows somebody, but that's what information I'm getting fed back.
Hi guys, Jonathan here, aka Crazy Shadow. First off, I want to thank All Things Midlands for the opportunity to make this preview video for Watford versus West Bromwich Albion, and also keep up the good work, guys. You do some fantastic content, and long may it continue. But first off, the West Bromwich Albion versus Preston game, 2-1 win for West Brom, and I was there commentating up in the gantry for BHBN radio. If you don't know what that is, it's hospital radio, so you know the commentary goes out to all the wards of the hospitals of Birmingham, Sandwell, and around those areas. But it was a really good 2-1 victory. Mikey Johnston with a signature move, cutting inside and levering it into the top corner, and Isaac Price, after some good work from Alex Moat, to send a diagonal ball to him and just curled it around the Preston keeper. Really good goal. We just can't keep a clean sheet lately, with Preston North End substitutes combining to pull one back and make it a lot more nervous than what it should have been. Don't know where the ref got 9 minutes of added on from, but there we go. We ran out 2-1 winners, and it was a good day all round on Saturday, I believe. But on to Watford at Vicarage Road, and Watford, they're down in 15th. They're having a bit of an inconsistent season. Their last 6 games have been 3 losses, a draw, and 2 victories. Last time out, they lost to Sheffield United, who themselves are having problems at the moment this season. They lost by a 0-0, a Callum O'Hare goal. But Watford will be looking to try and bounce back at home, and the Baggies come to town. And what I think the players that we need to keep an eye on is Imran Louza, Nesseroy Irankunda, Tom Ince, of course. He's always a threat when he plays against Albion, and Luka Krajumgard. That's a bit of a mouthful to say. That's every commentator's nightmare, trying to pronounce a name like that. But those, I think, are the danger men. And we of course, we've got Isaac Price now with 4 goals. Returning from injury, Carlin Grant, who featured in the last few moments of the Preston game. Daryl DK as well. He's coming back, and also Christian Bielik as well, back from injury. I've been told in the press conference at the end of the Preston game from Ryan Mason that Jed Wallace was injured during the Millwall defeat. That's why he didn't feature on Saturday, and he's probably not going to feature for these next two games, the Watford game and the Ipswich game next weekend. So no Jed Wallace, but we have a lot of cover now. You know, this has been the most depth that I've seen our squad have in all areas of the pitch. So yeah, looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be at Vicarage Road or at Portman Road for the Ipswich game because BHBN see fit to assign me two Wolves games next weekend, the Burnley game and their cup game against Chelsea. So I've got to head off to Molineux for work. So yeah, secretly hoping, you know, Chelsea beat them, Burnley beat them. But there we go. So thanks guys again for giving me this opportunity, and really enjoyed doing this preview video. And like I said, keep up the good work with your own content, guys. And everyone, subscribe to All Things Midlands. They are absolute legends. And yeah, thank you guys. Bye for now.
Coming on to Watford, guys. What is your score predictions? Put them down below. Thick and fast, the games are coming in, Dad. I'll start talking about it first. What you said is you think we're going to win, don't you?
Absolutely, 100%, yeah.
I'm not too sure, but I'll be honest with you. Just because Javi Garcia has just taken over at Watford.
That's his second time?
Second time, of course, yep. He's gone there for the second time, and of course, there's going to be a manager bounce. That's my only worry. Of course, they lost to Sheffield United on the weekend.
You're bottom of the table?
Bottom of the table, but what I would say is at home, first game back, my only worry has been manager bounce. They've got some good quality players here and there, especially in midfield, like Loser midfield. He's a really good player. But then again, at Watford, they're always a tricky side. I remember went there and Tom Ince scored, one of your mates. But what I would say going to Watford, I realistically think it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
You're joking?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I know that I said 1-0 at that loss, but have some faith now. I think that we're going to do, and we're going to do them convincingly. As I say, 3-1. I don't think they'll get a manager bounce. I think the team's full of mercenaries. And I do, I really do. And I think that we'll teach them a lesson. We'll spank them.
I do love going on to Vicarage Road, though, do you?
Yeah, I'm a bit ashamed that watering hole that you love has closed down.
It's back open, apparently.
Is it really?
It is indeed,
Well,
so hopefully we'll be there. Oddfellows Pub, that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
it's all right.
Big shout out.
But coming back onto the game, yeah, I've for a change, I've done some homework. I studied Watford. I thought they look appalling.
Yeah, they do. They don't look as good as they normally
Sorry,
do.
Watford fans, if you're going to watch, but you know something. Be honest, I think you're rubbish.
Guys, what are
I
your
shouldn't
thoughts?
say that, should I?
Guys, what are your thoughts going to the Watford game? I think again, if you want to be up there, Dad, these away games we've got to make sure the away from the select.
Dan, listen, every game counts.
'Cause
You've only got to, sorry to put it, you've only got to lose 2 on the bounce. Whoa.
That's my worry, because I was about to say to you, in the table as it stands, if we were to lose 1 or 2 on the bounce, it would look like that we could realistically go down to 5th, 16th place in the table. Not maybe that far, but mid-table.
On the flip side, if we have 2 on the bounce, up the lead, but I'll tell you what I'm looking for.
Go on.
Ipswich, can't wait to give them some stick, but let's concentrate one game at a time.
Can I say to you, John Swift, what a goal.
You know, I better keep it clean. I saw that on Saturday night. I thought, well, I won't tell you. Well, I thought, full of expletives. I thought, well, I never saw him do that anywhere like that at the Albion.
I know.
Swifty, yeah.
I know, I couldn't believe that. Again, where was the quality when he was at the Albion? He brought us some Thomas, but I think he's playing alright actually at Portsmouth.
I'll raise you, like I said earlier. Reece Cleary. Where was that at the Albion?
I know, yeah.
Huh?
Was he given a chance though?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
I'll tell you what, he was given numerous chances. So don't come that malarkey with me.
Guys, what are your thoughts on the game against Watford? Leave it down in the comments section down below. So, Dad, any goal scores from me again?
Well, I've said Mikey Johnson, Isaac Price, and Carl Grant.
Oh, okay then. I'm gonna go for 1-1 as I said, and I'm gonna go for a Hegebo goal. I reckon he's gonna get one.
Though, I think I'd love to see him go on a rich vein of scoring goals. But one thing I will say very quickly, thank you ever so much for everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much,
who comes
guys.
up to us, says lovely comments. Feel free to come up to us, have a chat. If you want to come onto the channel to have your say, like we always try and put
exactly.
Let Dan know, and we'll crack on, because it's all about match day experience, all about the fans, and especially the fans that can't go there. And listen, I don't take anything for granted. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe.
Like and subscribe, please.
Yeah, please do. But listen, Lord Tash Shepherd, mate.
Before we go, actually, because you forgot to say a quiz question to everyone, and I want to know your thoughts, actually, because I want to speak to the viewers about this. 4-2-3-1 as a formation, is it working for you at the moment, guys? Of course, in the Championship at the moment, a lot of teams are playing with it. Ryan Mason loves to dabble with the 4-2-3-1. Is it your type of formation, Dad? It's not, is it?
No. I'll tell you what my formation is the next game, but it's not for me.
It's not, is it?
No.
Guys, want to know what your thoughts? Is 4-2-3 on working for the Albion? Is it your type of formation? Of course, you've got those 2 centre midfielders and 1 attacking.
Yeah.
But for me, it's not. I'm not too sure about it. I'll be honest.
I would love to hear the positive, well not positive, honest feedback from the Albion faithful. What formation they would like and who would fit that formation. Because tell you what, look where we are at the moment. We could go bigger and better. We could fall flat on our faces.
Exactly.
But for the time being, let's all get behind the lads, all get behind Roy Mason. See you at Vicarage Road, mate.
What time is it? It's showtime.